Test, 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 test. All right. I want to welcome everybody to the Profit Power Hour webinar. I'm really excited about tonight's webinar. I have something super special to show you. We're kind of interrupting scheduled programming a little bit because this is very exciting and it's going to benefit many of you greatly, I do believe. So everybody is piling in the webinar right now. I want to give everyone a moment, and I just want to really stress the importance of being on here live when we stream, because GoToWebinar, Zoom, all these platforms, they bug out oftentimes. Last week, if you were here at the end of the webinar, thank God, it was the end. GoTo bugged out and it cut me off and I just vanished. So, and no audio was coming through. So, this is just the way it is when you want to stream things live, and there's no margin for error, right? If there is a bug or a mistake, it is what it is because you're live, right? So first off, I want to um, I want to welcome you all here. Okay, so I want to welcome everyone here, and I want to say thanks for joining in on the Profit Power Hour. I am just elated for any and all of our new members to experience the greatness of the PPH weekly webinars that have been going on since 2014, I believe it is. So if you're new to this webinar, look, this is our welcome screen. And if you don't have a Shopify store yet, then all you have to do is go to profitph.com/free store. And my software, our AI that we have built, will build you a completely free Shopify store with a template, and it'll go ahead and add 20 products to your store that I that I personally chose. There are options in there if you want to upgrade to a premium theme. I don't own a theme, so we have to work with a company that built an amazing theme. So you'll have the option to upgrade from the free theme to the paid theme, and we'll add in more products if you do that, but it is completely optional. However, premium themes are, they're nice. They have a lot of widgets and a lot of, conversion elements that could be helpful in your journey to build an e-commerce empire. But that is totally up to you. So for now, what I want to do is just point that out, profitph.com/free store. If you don't have your store built yet, then let our software do it for you. The reason it's free is because I'm a Shopify partner, and when you build a store through my link, Shopify pays me a commission. So it's kind of a win-win situation. You get a store that is up, ready to go. I get a little commission from Shopify, and then I'm motivated to continue teaching you to use that store, because if you cancel your store, Shopify redacts my commission if you cancel it. So, it's no good unless you're actually using it. The goal here is for you to use your store, to market your store, to get clients to your store, right? And customers to your store. So that's what we're here to try to help you to do. And then below are our tongue-tied recommended vendors: Pillar Profit, Shine On, Zendrop, CJ Dropshipping. You're going to see links to those. Those are my private partner links. So they include some extra goodies. I have close relationships with these companies. I've used them or worked directly with them. So that being said, welcome to the webinar. Make sure you're here every week. Make sure that you're here for the live stream, because sometimes the recordings bug out, especially lately, and these are very important. Okay, now let's dive into what we are going to teach tonight, because look, last week we had a great webinar, and the last 2 weeks we've actually had great webinars where we essentially are talking about finding viral videos and using those viral videos to cultivate an audience in a specific niche. And everyone's loved it, enjoyed it. I know many of you are kind of using the idea which is brilliant. And the thing is you don't have to pay for ads. Okay, so you do not have to pay for ads to share viral videos. You can share videos from viralhog.com's Facebook, their Instagram. You can just reshare them and it will get views most likely. If you want to watch those webinars, then you can go over here to your accessadrian.com account, go to webinar replays. You'll see 2023 replays, and we go all the way back to 2016. I deleted 2015, 2014. They're kind of irrelevant now. But the 2023, you can see last week's replay here. However, the week prior, there is no replay because GoToWebinar did not save it, and therefore it is lost forever, and that sucks. Okay, now if you're new, go check out the replays. You can go watch all these, get caught up, right? We do different things for Mother's Day, and we'll do stuff for Father's Day. We'll do things for TikTok ads, and just all sorts of things every week. We teach something new, completely free. All right. Now, what are we going to be talking about tonight? Dun dun dun. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out on a limb here and pray to the heavens above that it works. And I'm going to demo a software that I've been working on now for about a full year. Yes. As you all know, I run a software company. No, this is not a sales pitch. You cannot buy this. It's not available right now, but I'm going to show it to you. And in the future, it will be available and it will basically blow your mind. Okay. I'm going to demo this to you because as a software company, as basically someone that owns a SaaS company, when we build new software, I go through it and I test it and I try to find the bugs because there are going to be bugs that are in the software here and there. However, it works better if I have beta testers, and beta testers use it in different ways. They stress test it a little bit more because they're excited to have it, and it helps us with reporting bugs and making it better before a public release. And I'm going to demo the software, see what y'all think about it. And then next week, I'm going to open up some slots completely free for beta testers. Again, you cannot buy this software right now. And when it is released, it will not be expensive. Okay. And I'm going to explain a little bit about what I'm doing here, why I'm doing it, how important it is to, me running my e-commerce company, and probably will be to you running yours. So we'll get to check it out tonight. And I figure, if there's ever a great way to demo it, use it live, figure out how it, what I could do to make it better, figure out any bugs, get ideas for it. It's come on the PPH. I always share everything with y'all first. I give y'all free opportunities as beta testers. I give you major discounts as our PPH family members whenever we do release stuff. And again, it's optional, but it's something I think you'll like. So we're going to demo it tonight. Over the past year, I've been showing you all a really amazing software called PI Ads. And what this software does is it will spy on TikTok ads, legally and ethically, of course, and it'll help you find viral videos and viral products that are doing really well, like this pup splash sprinkler pad, this doggy water bottle. I can't tell you how important this is for us because we travel a lot and we bring our pups, and when we're on the plane and the dogs are thirsty, little things like that, the little water bottle that makes it easy for them to drink, are really cool. Or in the summer when your dogs are hot, you have them on the beach, take them hiking. This is something that could be really great. And many of you absolutely love this software, and it is a great software. It has limited functionality compared to what I really need. So I also had to buy another software. I'm sorry about my dogs. I don't know, someone must have come to the gate. Hold on just a sec. Dasher has been a nightmare today, like an absolute nightmare, but he's cute. Okay. Um, Now I forgot what I was saying. However, it will come back to me in a moment. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think it was that I pay for a second software that's roughly about, I don't know, I think it's about $1,500 a year to have access to. And then this particular software, if I go to the pricing, because I use it a lot, I'm on the pro plan and it is $263 a month. So, that's quite expensive. um, I'm spending thousands of dollars a year on two softwares, and I have to buy two softwares because neither of them does everything I need it to do. So what I typically do in my benefit as a software company owner is I can have my developers build everything that I need internally. And it will cost me more upfront, but less over time. And then I have the ability to share it all with you. So I've been recommending PIPI ads for a long time. And they're certainly a great company. And I still like have links and recommend them. They're cool, right? But they're very expensive. The starter kit isn't going to be enough. You're going to see it. The VIP kit's not going to be enough. You're going to see it if you're actually running this, and still it's expensive. And then the other software, which I don't even have the login for right now, like I said, is about $1,500 a month. And I'm going to show you what all it does. I'm going to show you my solution to this, which I will release to y'all in the future, that will be pennies on the dollar. Because I recommend this stuff and I can see because I have partner links and none of you buy it. You don't buy it because it's ridiculously expensive. Now it's ridiculously expensive because it's valuable, right? But a lot of people just don't have the budget to go drop $2,000 a year on a software when they just opened up their e-commerce store. And I totally get that. So I've built something. I built it for me, but it helps me when I offer it to my students in the future, maintenance it, keep it up and running, and pay for my development. So I'll be doing that. But for now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be accepting some free beta testers. Now, I'm going to pull up my whiteboard and I want to go over some important things that are key to me running an e-commerce business and many other people that I know in the e-com space. Okay. So we all know that research is very important, because if we do research, then we can take educated risk by launching ads. We know that when we're launching something, it's a viral product, and we know that the ad type is viral as well. So what we really need to do, all right, so something that is super key to success with e-commerce is going to be research. So we're looking for success clues done through research, okay? So I want you to be mindful of what I've set up here. Success clues. Success does leave clues. And if you spot those clues and you follow the trail, well, you might find yourself in a really good, optimal situation with your own company. Okay, is everybody still with me? Say yes, yes. So we're looking for success clues. And oftentimes, with launching products and building an e-commerce company, um, a lot of newbies, they're like the Wild West. They're just shooting from the hip. They go to AliExpress and they're like, oh my God, I want this, I want this, I want this. Oh, this looks cool. This looks cool. This looks awesome right here. Oh, this would be neat. And they're just throwing a bunch of crap at the wall and they're rolling the dice at the craps table and they're crapping out, right? And they're losing money. So a lot of people are not really doing the research. There's a difference between research versus what you think, right? What you think is 99.9% of the time incorrect. What research shows, I don't know the percentage of time that it's correct, but data is data, it's factual, right? So we're looking for a way to where when we run our Facebook ads or our TikTok ads, and we are investing our hard-earned money in those ads, we are taking an educated risk, right? Meaning we know that the odds are probably pretty good. All right. So what are the things that we research? All right. So what are the things that I'm looking for when I am researching? Okay. So with research, a couple of things that we're looking for are hot products. Okay. We'd all agree that we need hot products. Yes. Okay. So hot products are definitely something, number one, that everybody says, I gotta find. That's the first thing when they open up Shopify stores. Okay, what hot products am I gonna market? All right. The other thing that we need to look for is hot audiences, which we were talking about last week. I kind of gave you one of the keys and secrets to hot audiences last week. And then the other thing, I don't always mess up my squiggle my three, that we're looking for before we do this product demo is going to be hot ads. And what we really want to do is with this, I showed you last week, we want to cultivate. All right, with this, we want to duplicate. And with hot ads, we want to mimic. Now, why would I not say duplicate a hot ad? Because it's legit just trashy to go steal somebody else's content and use it as your own. And you can get in trouble for it. So you can't just go jack somebody's ad. But what you can do is you can mimic their ad, right? Now, it's totally fine to duplicate a product, right? And there's nothing wrong with cultivating an audience, right? You're building an audience. So you want to find products, you want to cultivate an audience for those products, and then you want to mimic ads that you have seen having success marketing those products to those audiences, right? And if you do all three of these things right here, what you're going to find is you hit the bullseye. Okay? So you hit the bullseye. Let me just see if I can make a little arrow look like it's going through here. You hit it right in the bullseye. And this will be, I guess you could say, if I just really want to get creative with this, here, let's just draw it in. What we're looking for, you've probably heard this term before, is we are looking for the money shot, okay? We're looking for the money shot, y'all, all right? And that's what this is designed to do. It's designed to help us get the money shot, all right? So we know that success leaves clues, but we also know that we must do research, okay? We must do research if we want to find these clues, okay? And once we find these clues, the clues that we're looking for actually are hot products, hot audiences, hot ads. Duplicate products, cultivate audiences, mimic good ads. This is how we get to the money shot, okay? Now, so far, I like to make sure everybody's keeping up with me. All right, so just say yes in the chat box if this makes sense so far, okay? These are the three things that you need to do in order to win in this e-commerce game, right? Now, how do we find these success clues, right? How do we go about doing this? Do we go on a scavenger hunt? Do you just scroll through Facebook all day, and do you scroll through Instagram all day? No, because Instagram and Facebook are only showing you the things that you're interested in based off of your search history, your click history, right? So you're really blind to 99% of the stuff that's working right now. You're only seeing stuff that you're interested in. That's not going to work for us. So what most smart, successful e-commerce entrepreneurs do is to answer this question of, whoop, that's way too big. Let's go back down. So to answer the question of how, I don't like that line. Y'all are going to see if you're new, I'm really OCD. If we want to answer the question of how do you, whoops, do this, okay? We want to answer this question of how do you do this? How do you find hot products, cultivate audiences, and find hot ads? What most people use is, dun, 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 software, okay? They're using software because we know that software gets the job done fast and it does things that we can't do ourselves, right? It gives us vision that we would not have otherwise, okay? So this is the path that people usually follow is they know they need to do research, they know they need these three things, and the way that you get it done is with software, right? And so typically what would happen here is with software, you would need a, basically an ad spy and audience tool sometimes. You would need a product spy. You would need stuff that would, I really like to spy on Amazon. And we like Amazon data. All right, now all of these things typically software typically cost money. So this is money invested in software. And this could be anywhere from roughly, I don't know, on the low end, I would say 1,000 to 2,000 per month. Okay, it's expensive. But if you do all of these things and you're running a successful company, what is $2,000 a month? If your business is bringing back multiples of that. Now, I'm not saying that it will. I'm just saying that's what most people that are running a business think. They invest in tools that give them opportunity, and those tools they expect an ROI out of. Make sense? Yes? So we understand what we're looking for with ad spies, and we're looking for ads, and we know that we need tools to cultivate audiences. Like I was saying, paying for licensing for viral videos last week, that costs a little bit of money. Product spies, that's usually locked features in software you got to pay more for. And then Amazon data is a whole nother thing that's, roughly $1,500 a month all by itself. Okay. So I'm spending 3,000 plus a month, but you don't have to do that. You're not at the level that we're doing research, okay? So I'm spending an immense amount of money on research, and that would be more than just the software tools. I have VAs and stuff that do it as well, right? Okay, now that being said, some of the things that I really, really bank on when I'm doing research is Amazon data. What I'm looking for with Amazon data is searches. Actually, let's do, sorry, my iPad's not stable. I'm looking for search volume. I'm looking for search keywords. and I'm looking for monthly sales and potential monthly revenue, okay? These are all of the things that I like to do when spying on Amazon data. And I say spy, and I know spy is usually associated with something naughty, but like it's not in this case. It's just a good term I use, okay? So we're looking for what kind of volume is something getting in regards to people looking for it? What keywords are they typing in to look for it? How many sales are they getting? And what is that monthly revenue? Okay. And if we know this information, if we know that something is getting a lot of searches and we know the different key terms people are typing in for it, and we know it's getting a lot of sales, and we know it's generating a lot of revenue and how much it's being sold for, then, I mean, if we look at ads for it and we build an audience, we know that we've got a really good potential campaign here that we can run. Now, I'm just going to zoom out on this. So far, does this make sense for everyone? And again, I was spending and still am currently, because my software is not complete yet, um, you know, thousands of dollars on this stuff, right? I built the software that's going to do it all other than cultivate an audience. That has to be done through the strategy I showed you last week and the week before. But it does everything else. And I'm going to take some beta testers for it. It's not ready. It's going to be buggy. Even tonight, while I show this to you, it's going to be buggy. But the goal is to be able to build this for myself. And essentially, I'm just going to be transparent, cover the cost, because it's very, very expensive to build and maintain this. It's taken me 8 months to build what you're about to currently see. So my goal is to cover my cost and maybe make a small profit running that company, right? The reason I started a software company is to build software for me. And then I was like, oh, wait, okay, other people want this. So I can cover my costs for development, developers, and more research, and have a whole nother company out of this. So that's kind of how that all came to be, right? So the software that we're going to demo tonight is called Signal Boost. Okay, so this is the software. Again, it's not for sale. What we're going to do is we're going to take about 10 beta testers, 10 to 15 beta testers. I got to talk to my developer and see, how that's all done. We're not going to select the beta testers tonight. We're going to select the beta testers next week. We're going to basically have a form that you can fill out if you want to be a beta tester and get free access to it, which would be, lifetime access to it for free for beta testing. And then when it is released, and I don't know when that'll be, we've got to get it finished and finalized. Everyone that's on here will get a ridiculous discount, and I promise you, it will not be something that is $1,000 a month, right? It's going to take $2,000 plus dollars, $3,000 plus dollars worth of stuff that I've purchased, put it all in one place for a low price. And you're also going to get the benefit by seeing what I do, how I do research, and how I go over finding hot products, hot audiences, and hot ads. Okay, so right when we log in, we're going to see a couple of things, and this might change, but this is called Signal Boost. It's a software that I've been working on a long time. And on the left-hand side, I'm just going to kind of zoom in here. On the left-hand side, you're going to see a research tab, a trending products tab, and a trending ads tab, and then different listings that we want to essentially save for research later. Okay, it's going to show up my most recent searches. It's going to currently go over the top 10 trending products that our algorithm has found. So our algorithm has found that these sneakers are trending right now. They have a 35% increase in orders this month. And then you've got this, whatever this is, this 18-volt cordless thing right here, this power drill. And I can kind of go on and on and on over and over. A grill, barbecue grill things, obviously going to be hot because it's summer. People are going to be grilling. This month, it's already up 23%, meaning that this product right here has an increase in 23% in orders this month. Okay, so it basically does the work for me in finding that number one thing that we were looking for, which is what are hot products. Now, this is generalized hot products. We can niche it down a little bit, but things we're looking at is it trending right now? Meaning, is it getting more orders this month at a significant rate than it was last month? If so, that means that a wave is forming and we might could catch one of these waves. These 2-liter sport water bottles, up 19%, 2,449 orders. All right, so let's explore the trending products first, because the first thing we want to do is we want to find trending products. So we're going to click over here on the trending tab, and the trending tab will just give me a list of all of the products that it's finding from different resources that are trending right now. Also, up here at the top, we can basically choose, do we want to look at AliExpress? Do we want to look at TikTok? Do we want to look at Amazon? Do we want to look at Etsy? Do we want to look at eBay? Not all of these have pulled in data yet. You'll see this, if it's got this weird arrow, then that means no data is pulled in there yet. Remember, this is a beta software. Shopify, Walmart, and WooCommerce, which is an e-commerce platform. So what's happening is, well, first off, I have no clue how this does what it does. I don't. That's why I pay a developer a very handsome sum of money to build this type of stuff for me. And not just because it's in here does not mean that it is guaranteed to work for you and make you a bunch of sales. It just allows you to take an educated risk and go off of data rather than gut, right? So you got this infrared night vision goggles, this home mattress lift thing, and if I click on this here, it's going to show me different images for this. It's a home mattress lifter lazy organizing box. All right, it's going to show what the price is. We can create a video of this legitimately. Our software will take the images that the vendors give you, and it will create a video. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'll demo it next week, but it'll put text and it'll create a slideshow and automatically create you a video that you could use as an ad just to get started with, okay? And so the reason that we want to divide this is because if these products here are doing good on TikTok, then I know that if I run TikTok ads to these products for like some of these products here that were up, like these eyelashes, false eyelashes added 15 hours ago. This PPSU learning cup, drinking cup, children's duck-billed drop, whatever, was added 2 days ago, okay? And our algo saw this as a trending product. We can click on this and we can see the different options, so on and so forth, okay? Create a video of it, add it to our favorites, and now we have an answer to what is a hot product in the baby niche. And it's just completely random that this came up, but my son Drake just started, 6 months old. He just started, maybe it was a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago. Casey started giving him a little water sippy cup, trying to get him to drink water instead of formula, and he's eating little baby foods now and stuff. And I've seen her buy a couple of these, and we went over the baby niche not long ago. This is a very it's an impulsive niche, it's a passionate niche, and it's a very curious niche, meaning people are buying multiple different things to see what fits and what suits their child and what works for them, because it's going to be different for every baby, which is really cool. So, you know, we're able to kind of go in and say, okay, this is what's killing it here on TikTok, so run this on TikTok. If it's killing it on AliExpress, that means that, you know, it's likely going to be something that we could run anywhere, right? It could be on Instagram, Facebook, Google Shopping, whatever it may be, okay? And you'll notice that we get data from AliExpress. So we're getting the sales, all right? With TikTok and all that, we're not able to pull that information yet. We're working on all of that. So these are some really powerful tools that we have. Now we also have some advanced filters here that will allow us to see like our most recent trending products from yesterday, today, this week, the last month, so on and so forth. Additionally, you can go in and you should be able to do keyword research. So when you come in here and you search for like dog stuff, it'll pull up, you know, dog stuff. That would be under advanced filters. It's just not there yet. Again, this is a new, like, I've been testing this for a couple of weeks. I think it's to the point now where we can take some beta testers into it. I just have to get that set up. So we're looking for trending products, and we can use keywords to kind of find the top trending products in specific niches. Protective phone covers, USB hubs. And again, because the software shows that these have a 20% increase in sales from this platform, or 35%, a 32% increase in sales, does that mean that it's guaranteed if I put this on my store, it's going to get sales? No. You want to know why? Because we've only got 1/3 of what we need. We found a hot product, and we can duplicate that hot product, but we also need to cultivate an audience. Who's using a power drill? Who's wearing those shoes, right? Who's using these water bottles? Who's using iPhone covers? So you can cultivate audiences. You can target audiences on Facebook and TikTok with very precise key terms and interest that will give you really good, really solid audiences. All right, that part's going to be on you, right? That's like no software is just going to find you a buyer, an audience of buyers. Okay, and then you got to have a good ad. You got to have ads that you can mimic, that you know are working. And the different pieces of an ad, as you all know, the good ad, the winning ad formula breaks down into, what are you mimicking? You're mimicking A, I, D, A. Now, what does AIDA stand for? It stands for, what are they doing to get their potential prospects' attention? What are they doing to make people interested once they get their attention? What are they doing to get them to desire having that product and making a decision to buy that product? What is their call to action to buy that product? How are they getting their attention? That's going to be the image or the video. All right. What inside of that image or video is making people interested enough to get them to desire owning that product and to make a decision to take action and click on the button, which would be 15% off, 10% off, buy one, get one free, free plus shipping, free shipping for the next 2 days. What is the call to action that's getting people to go through and make that decision? Because the CTA usually gets that decision, right? And the desire gets them to take action, okay? So we got to get their attention and their interest first. Then desire gets action, and action gets that decision, right? So that's what we're trying to mimic with the hot ads. Now, how do we find ads? Well, typically I would go to one tool, which costs me $250+ a month, or $250 a month, whatever it is. And it shows me hot ads, okay? And that's great. It's quite expensive. I know that many of you cannot afford just that one tool. And there's so many other tools that you really shouldn't have, okay? So again, this tool is not going to be like that. It's not going to be, $200, $300 a month to have access to it. It's just not. We're going to make it affordable for people. is we want you to use it. And I want you to keep your Shopify store, because Shopify looks at how many people sign up for stores through me and cancel or keep their store. If you're keeping your store, that means you're a good customer to Shopify and you're probably enjoying your store. So my goal is, how can I help you keep your store, use your store, and feel like you're running a business that is thriving. All right, so the next part is, once we look at what is trending, okay, these trending products here, we can start doing research, okay? This is a tool alone that typically would be about $1,500, anywhere from $500 a month to $1,500 a year, just depending on what service you're using. I believe those are the numbers. All right, what this is going to do is pull Amazon data, then we'll get to the ads, okay? So let's just say that I type in dog life jacket, okay? What it's gonna do here is search for all of the dog life jackets that are for sale on Amazon. So this is pulling from Amazon's database, which they have a database that you can pull from to get numbers like this. It's giving me a word cloud of what people are actually typing in. Remember, we're looking for what keywords are people searching for. It's giving me a seasonality indicator of interest over time. And then what it's doing right here is it's going to show me not just what product is being advertised, but it's going to show me, and I know we're going to work on kind of making this easier to go over and view, but right now what it's showing me is the exact life jacket that's being advertised. Like this one right here, I don't know if I could zoom in even more, has a shark fin on it. So this is a life jacket with a little shark fin, and it's pulling data from Amazon again. It's showing me they're selling it for $31, okay? In the last 30 days, it's showing that they had, there we go, 3,286 sales with estimated revenue of $101,000. All right. It's estimating that their margin on that is $26, meaning they're getting the product for roughly, $4 or so. And they have 3,557 reviews at a 4.6 rating. So we can add this to our bucket as, okay, let's find life jackets with sharks on it. It doesn't have to be this exact brand right here, okay? It doesn't have to be this particular product, okay? It could be a similar product. All right, so we can duplicate products, we can mimic products with similar products. If we find them on Zendrop, AliExpress, CJ Dropshipping, so on and so forth. Here's one that's for smaller dogs, and you can see here that is pulling all of the data. And we can organize this by what has had the most sales in the last 30 days. Now, again, how is this data found on Amazon? I got no clue, right? My developers ping into Amazon's API, and apparently you can pull all of this information, including the BSR, and all of these things. And you can click and go straight to the product on Amazon, and you can check it out. So if I click right here, it's going to open up Amazon. It's going to open up the product here, and we can see all the information. So we can see what they've written in regards to their ad copy on their sales page. We can see how they're presenting it, which is really nice, but they're getting a lot of sales of this product. And we can look at all of the customer reviews down here at the bottom. Questions that people have, very important to always look at what questions are people asking, because if they're asking these questions, we want to answer those in the ads that we run. Pictures of dogs wearing it, all the reviews, it's all right here. So the software is basically using Amazon sales to give me tons of data and educate me on, if I'm selling dog life jackets, which kind should I sell first. And we're going to see that we have this one right here has, I don't know if you could tell, it's got a little grip at the top, so you can pick your dog up from the top if need be. This one right here has got a grip at the top. This is shark. This one's got a shark. This one right here has got a shark. So clearly, we can see a trend here. All right, and we can see what the sales volume is. This is like their gross revenue, okay? We can also go in and we can look at, let's just say, dog in general, a very broad term, and it's going to be it's going to show us like a lot of different stuff. But what we're looking at also is this word cloud over here to the right hand side. What are people typing in? Okay. Why does my dog lick me so much? This is something that a lot of people are apparently typing in. And if there's a solution for that, right, getting your dog to stop licking you for people that don't like that, I'm sure there are products that can help solve that problem. My dog stepped on a bee. Maybe there are products to solve that issue, like or remedy the pain. Um, and then also, if we look over here and just organize it, this Amazon Basics puppy pads, y'all, $1.8 million in sales in the last 30 days, according to this data here, with 65,000 sales. Something so simple, yet very powerful that I personally never even thought of. A lot of people train their pups inside. So they have these puppy pads. Great thing about puppy pads is you have to replenish them when you run out. So you have a customer for the life of the dog, most likely. All right, so you'll see here all of these dog products, and you can just basically see what products are like the top products for sale in the dog niche. And you could do this for any niche. Now, how many of you in here think that this one part of the tool alone is a big game changer and a big advantage or an edge that could help you with your e-commerce journey? Again, just because you see this data doesn't mean that you're going to mimic those numbers or even get a single sale selling that product at all, because again, you have to have a good audience and good ads. But how many of you in here would agree that you would much rather invest your money in ads with products that you could see are getting sales on Amazon, that have a lot of search volume on Amazon, and a lot of sales volume on Amazon, instead of shooting from the hip and choosing something you think is a good idea? Yes, right? So this is a really cool feature here that I pay, I pay a lot of money for a software that just does this. And this is the tip of the iceberg here. We can also go in and we can, select these products here, and we can add these into our saved listings and say, hey, we want to remember these products. We don't have to search again. So we can go very detailed, or we can go very broad. Now, the next part of this is the ads part. Okay, so right now we're only pulling from TikTok. Eventually we'll get the Facebook ads library, and you'll see out of the gate, it's pulling kind of like stuff that's pretty irrelevant because it's just pulling things from TikTok. But we have filters. I added TikTok in here first because it's just a platform that's killing it with ads right now. We can do it by keyword as well. But one thing that I like to do is we have this edit feature over here. And we have a select search feature over here. We have an advanced filters feature. So you can edit your search, you can save different types of searches, and you can basically filter things. So if I want to look at ads only in, say, the United States, I can do that. If I want to look at specific categories, or if I want to see ads that were first seen on whatever, the first of the month, so they're fairly new, I can do that. And last seen today or last night, I could do that. Ads that have the shop now button, ads that are marketing things from the Shopify platform, ads that have more than 10,000 impressions, meaning they've been live for a little while. Ads that have a really high like rate. In other words, a lot of likes on it. All right, we can hit apply, and what's going to happen here is it's going to change what we see. It's going to change, and it's going to start showing us more e-commerce related products. So this bag right here has had 19.2 million impressions, y'all. It's been seen for 236 days with a popularity score of 231,000. All right, so these are some special glasses. This is benefits from, it looks like some sort of sea moss gel. All right, and this ad algorithm this spy's algorithm is going to get better and better the longer this tool is live. So it'll get smarter, it'll find better products for us the longer it's live. All right, so we can also go in and we can use keywords. Now, bear in mind, this is new. So we're working on keyword search right now, but I can type in dog and it's going to pull in dog stuff that are this e-commerce related. All right. So it's not pulling in a ton of ads right now, but we're working on it. So when we do keyword research, it's going to pull in more. Beauty. So it's going to pull in a lot of beauty stuff on TikTok. So it's going to pull in anything that is beauty related right now that is an actual ad on the platform. So you can kind of go keyword research, or you can just kind of go page by page and see what products right now are getting a lot of impressions. And you can organize this by popularity, impressions, last seen, first seen, date added, how many days it's been live, depending on kind of what you're looking for. So this is going to show us some cool ads that we can mimic, right? And if we find a good product and we find ads for that product that we can mimic that are good ads, well, now we have a really, really great shot when we launch our ad at getting better results than you typically would with shooting from the hip. So it's kind of like do your research, find trending products, and do a little bit of research on those products from the Amazon platform, and then start looking for examples of ads that are doing very well. Again, I pay thousands of dollars for software that does all three of these things, and I haven't even scratched the surface when it comes to, you know, the data that it gives you. Like we can do ad analysis. We can see what their display name is, what their ad text is. Remember, AIDA, attention, interest, desire, and action. We can see everything, including their Shopify store, where people end up to buy the products. We can look at other ads from the same advertiser, see what other products they're advertising. We can look for ads with the same exact product name. So there's a lot of stuff that we could do in here in ad analysis. And then remember, we can save this for later so we don't have to research it again. We can do the advertiser analysis, the product analysis. We can find trending products, and we can have the software create done for you videos for us for advertising. I mean, there's just so many things that this can do. Now, yes, you can go buy all sorts of software that will do this stuff. All right. So there's all sorts of software that does all of this, and you have to buy piece by piece by piece. And it is very expensive. And I've been doing it for a long time. I've been recommending some of the softwares that I use because I want you to be able to use software that works. I finally, however, have built my own, and I'm able to do it at a fraction of the cost. It's going to save me money and it's going to save you money. But right now, it's not for sale. It won't be for sale for quite some time because it's just not ready to bring to market yet. So I wanted to take this opportunity tonight to show it to you and say, if you want to be a beta tester for this software, we'll probably do 2 rounds of beta testers. The first round of beta testers will get free access completely because they're going to do the brunt of the work with beta testing. This would mean that you have to agree to hit us up with in the support box and tell us if you found an error or if there are feature requests that you think would be beneficial by recording like Loom videos and stuff. I mean, you're not just going to get a free software. Like the idea is for you to use it, and then your time is money. You're going to give us valuable information, so you get to use it free, and you communicate with us and tell us what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work, what could work better, so on and so forth. The second round of beta testers will get a significant discount on the price of the actual software. And then once that's done, we'll release it to market at full price, which that could be, 2 months from now. I don't know. We got to really see once the beta testers dig in. How do you become a beta tester? How do you get on the waiting list to be selected as one of the 10 or 15 beta testers that we choose? That will all be done next week, okay? So next week, make sure that you're here, make sure that you're live on the webinar. I'm going to release a link. It's going to have an opt-in. And if you want to be a beta tester for this in round 1 or 2, you'll just have to opt in. And then I'll use a little tool that will take all of the names and emails, spin them, and it will randomly select, some from that list, so it's fair, and it's completely randomized. So if you want to partake in that, great. And again, you don't have to have this, you don't have to use this. You can go buy other tools like PIPI ads that are $230 a month, and you can go buy Amazon research tools that are, thousands of dollars a year. That is totally fine, okay? This is just something I did for me that you will get the benefit from in the future. But now I just want beta testers. And overall, the learning experience on the webinar is beneficial for everyone because this is the plan. This is your research plan. This is how you find the clues that success leaves. All right, you're looking for these 3 things. Don't forget it. Hot products, duplicate. Hot audiences, cultivate. Hot ads, mimic. What are you mimicking? Attention, interest, desire, and action that leads to decision. That is the money shot. And you know that typically you do this with all sorts of different softwares, but these are the things that we're looking for, right? So I hope that you all enjoyed this webinar. We will be giving away, free beta tester slots next week to the software to 10 to 15 people, maybe 20. I don't know. I got to ask my developer how much she can handle. And then you're not going to hear about it again for quite some time. I'm not going to come on here the next week and sell it with a sales pitch. When we do round 2, it'll just be a crazy, ridiculous discount, and it will not be anything near the cost of PIPI ads and these other softwares, which are all phenomenal softwares, by the way. They're phenomenal. Not beating on them, not saying that you shouldn't use them. They're great. You should go and sign up for them. They're phenomenal, all right? I just don't want to pay thousands of dollars a month for stuff if I don't have to. So I build my own. And then I want control over what am I looking for? What use cases do I have for this? What's missing? What do I need? I don't want to log in here and then log in here and then go to this tab and this window over here to get all the data. I want it all in one spot, right? And so that's what I've created mainly for me. It's not saying it's better than any of the other softwares. It's just better for me and my use case and my productivity. Again, these other softwares are phenomenal. I've been showing you all PIPI ads for the longest time, and I still recommend PIPI ads. They're just amazing, but they're expensive, and that's why most of you are not getting it, even though I've told you over and over and over and over again how valuable this software is right here. It's crazy how valuable the software is. It's a phenomenal software. No one's buying it, and it's because of the price point. So I'm going to hopefully be able to help you with that. But again, until it's available, until my stuff is available, go get this. I mean, this software in itself is incredible, right? That being said, I like to tailor things to me and my group. So my dog is barking again, which is great. And I hope that you enjoyed this demo of our new software that we will be releasing very shortly. Next week, hold on just a second. Thank you. Sorry about that. Next week, we will be giving a form that you can fill out that's free. And you'll have the potential to get free access to this as beta testers. If you want it, just be here next week, okay? That's it. Love you all. I wish you all a ton of success. I'm sorry I've had to pause twice to yell at my dogs, but it's very hard. I'm very ADD, so if my dog's barking, I lose track of my thoughts. But thanks for being here. Wish you all a ton of success. Next week, we're going to have another great training. We're not going to be going into this. This is a one-time thing for beta testers. We're going to go back to scheduled programming. I'm going to teach you some more awesome stuff about research and cultivating your audiences, building hot ads. The PPH is about free training full of meat and potatoes. So I can't wait for next week, and hope you have a phenomenal week and you crush it. All right. Good night, y'all.